On December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor was brutally attacked by the Japanese. The results of the attack were devastating. In just 2 hours, the Japanese destroyed nearly 20 naval vessels and 200 airplanes. On that day, more than 2,000 soldiers and sailors died, and 1,000 were wounded. You would think all of that devastation would be on the minds of the people, but instead, there was a long-lasting controversy brewing. Could all of this have been prevented? Did someone know it was coming? Who was the blame for this disaster? No one would want to admit that it could have been an American, but is that a possibility? Many people believe that the blame falls upon the shoulders of either Franklin Roosevelt, his administration, or those in charge of the military. Most people were quick to blame the top commanders in the Navy for everything that happened. Admiral Kimmel and General Short were names that were mentioned by the accusers first, claiming they had not taken clues from Japan seriously. The reason they were first accused was because they were the commanders on scene the day of the attack. It is said, though, that the reports that Kimmel had been picking up on may have distracted him from the attack on Pearl Harbor. He was constantly getting reports to lead him to other bases in the Philippines and in other locations in Asia. None of the reports he received ever had any mention of Pearl Harbor. Kimmel had a feeling, though, that he was not getting all of the information he was supposed to be receiving from our government. Kimmel rarely knew where Japanese aircraft carriers were, and he was never informed about local FBI reporting on suspicious activity near the Pearl Harbor naval base. One person who did know was the president at the time, Franklin Roosevelt. Roosevelt was informed on almost everything. One day, FDR received more than 6 intercepted messages and ignored every single one of them, saying, "We're a democracy and a peaceful people. We have a good record." He was so set on staying out of war that he was willing to keep important information from the Navy and anyone else who should have heard it. There was one piece of information that some would say was misused, and was probably the most important. On December 7th, 1941, after carefully analyzing intercepted information, a man named General Marshall said something is going to happen at 1 o'clock. The message was sent to San Francisco and Manila, but not to Hawaii because of coincidental technical difficulties. Many say the information should have been given to everywhere on the Pacific coast, to somehow spread the word to Hawaii, and some say that the technical difficulty may have been more than just a coincidence. But that message that failed to be sent was unfortunately accurate. Despite any rumors or evidence from investigation, though, FDR kept his popularity. He got the U.S. into war like something he secretly was trying to do, and most simply see Pearl Harbor as a surprise attack on America, with Japanese as the only ones to blame. Investigations and research have been going on for decades, and no clear answers have been found, and no one knows if an answer will ever be found. What is most important is remembering the lives lost that day at Pearl Harbor and appreciating the great heroes of our history. Pearl Harbor was attacked, and the country suffered a devastating loss. It was an attack like no other on the U.S. before, and the type that would not be seen again until September of 2001. This attack, unexpected by the common people, will never be forgotten.